Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video on my channel, ever. This is literally the most scariest thing I have ever done. But I've wanted to do it for years. I finally got a ring light. I finally got a decent thing to film on, and I feel like if lockdown, I feel like if a lockdown isn't the time to do it, then really when is? So if you are interested in how I created this kind of sunset eye makeup look and my skin, keep on watching. Okay, so now that I'm back, I have done my eyebrows off camera and I have put my concealer all over my lid. So I'm just going to set that with the MAC Studio Fix setting powder in NW20. So I'm just going to put that all over the lid just so that the eyeshadows glide a lot smoother. And then for eyes today, so I'm going to go for like kind of like a sunset eye. I'm going to try and go for a sunset eye. So I'm just going to be using the Revlon colourbook. This was about £15 from Superdrug, and I've got all these shades in there. So I'm going to start off by I'm going to use all the matte shades. There's like, you get the whole palette in matte and then you get it in kind of like a shimmer on the mirror inside. So I'm going to start off by going into this yellow. And I'm kind of going to run that straight through my whole crease. I will say the lighter colours in this palette do take a little while to build up. Like, as you can see, I have tapped in quite a few times into there. So I'm just working that through the whole crease and building it up until I'm happy with it. And obviously don't worry about like any fallout or anything, because we are going to wipe that away afterwards. Okay, so now that I've got that yellow as kind of intense as I want it, go into the like lighter orange shade. So I'm going to dive into that. So again, just build up that colour until you're happy with it. There is a little bit of fallout with this palette, but like I said, we are going to clean it up afterwards. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper. So I've actually gone into 3 of those oranges just to kind of build it up a little bit. I am struggling to kind of look at all that fallout. I am struggling to kind of get that orange to build up, which I've actually used this palette before and I didn't notice how hard it was to get these colours to kind of build up. I think that's the best way I'm going to get it. I'm going to go back into the brush that I used the yellow on and just to kind of like buff it out a little bit more. I actually don't know what kind of faces I make when I'm in the mirror, by the way, so don't judge. And then I'm going to take a more of a flatter brush and I'm going to go into, I'm going to go into this like red down here. I've got a lot on there. And I'm going to kind of like pack that onto kind of like the outer corner and the outer kind of like third of my eye. And then I'm going to go back into the brush that I used the orange on and just kind of buff that out. And again, in with the yellow and just buff it all out. Woo! I got eyeshadow flying everywhere right now. Got my nose. So now that I'm happy with the oranges and the reds, I am going to go back in and just intensify that yellow again. It looks awful right now. Give a fuck, nigga. I can't say that. God. again in with that red shade. See, look, it's that they're starting to pop a lot more now. Okay, right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to do like a cut crease, but I am going to put just a little bit of concealer just on my eyelids, just to kind of, I don't really know, like I'm just going to put like a lighter kind of colour, like a creamy or a very pale yellow, and kind of blend the three colours onto my lid. So I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. concealer in the shade Fair Warm. I looked at the bottom first. I'm just gonna put a little bit on there, and then I'm gonna go in with just a brush and just blend that out. I'm not even gonna lie, I normally do blend this out with my finger, but I do want it to be just a little bit neater than normal. So remember, this is not a cut crease, so don't come at me. And then I'm just gonna pat over that with my finger just to, so there's no harsh edges. So I'm gonna go back in with the orange shade that we use in our crease, and I'm just gonna pack that on where the concealer meets the red eyeshadow. So it just kind of comes in as like a gradient. And then I'm gonna take just a very, very pale shade, like you can see how pale that is. And I'm just gonna dust that over the top of that concealer. And now I'm gonna wipe away my fallout and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm just taking a cotton pad and some makeup remover, and I'm just gonna wipe away that fallout. I normally like to use a makeup wipe with this because you can get a little bit more precise, to be honest, but this bitch hasn't got any. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a thin line of eyeliner on my top kind of lash line, and then a thin coat of mascara, then apply eyelashes. Does anyone else like not breathe when they're doing eyeliner? Like, I just stop breathing. I'm not doing any kind of wing or anything like that. Like, I want this to be like quite blown out. So I'm just going to do a thin coat because I am going to apply lashes. Will forever be that bitch. I cannot stop saying that. So I'm just going to go off camera and apply my eyelashes, and I will be back. Okay, so I went ahead and done the other eye off camera just so I didn't bore the actual shit out of you. So for, I say moisturiser. Now, I'm not a big like moisturiser person, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm just gonna use my E45 moisturiser lotion just because it's good for your skin, does its job and whatever. I have fairly normal skin, like I wouldn't say my skin is dry or oily. I'd say it's just fairly normal, so I don't have to put like a shit ton of like primer or moisturiser on for it to kind of stay. Now, just before I put my foundation on, I am gonna spray my face with the Revolution Hydro Matte Fixing Spray. So for foundation, I think I'm gonna mix maybe two together. That's kind of what I have been doing at the minute. So I'm gonna use, I say two together, it's kind of three, but they're two of the same, one different, because I need the different shades. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me in 220 because I have got tan on, and 110 just because 220 is dark. And then I'm gonna mix in a little bit of the Nars, I want to say this is the All Day Luminous Lightweight, yeah, All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Stromboli. Shake well. So I'm just gonna pop on just a tiny bit of this because obviously I am actually tanned-ish. I put a lot of fake tan on last night. Like, I sat in my bed and I was like, who this bitch? Because I haven't tanned in so long, because obviously we can't go anywhere, there's no point. And honestly, like, I actually get like a really bad sleep the night that I, oh, this is running out. The night that I tan, just because of smell. I really don't like it. Like, the people that smell coconut, you are lying. Like, fake tan does not smell like coconut. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It smells like dirty biscuits. So I'm just gonna blend that in, and then I'm gonna put on the Nars kind of over the top. So I'm just gonna blend. I'm just using my Real Techniques sponge. I keep looking over here because I can actually see myself in my mirrors, which is really irritating. Like, I'm such a me whore. So I'm just gonna blend this in. And I do always put over the Nars one over the top, just because it's more of like a dewy kind of finish, and it's a nice finish over the top of this. I don't like mixing foundations because obviously it is a lot of effort, but a little bit over the top. I tend to just put it like on my cheeks and stuff, rather than all over. I just literally, I'll put like a little bit here, blend it out, and kind of like spread it as far as it will go. I never ever really do my eyebrows first. I got into like a stage of doing my eyebrows first last year, because I did that for my uncle's wedding and I really liked it. So I went through a stage of like doing that, but it's so much effort. Like, I only did it today, obviously, for the sake of the video. And if you do want to see like an actual brow routine, I mean, my brows, let's talk about brows. Obviously, nowhere's open to actually get your brows done. So, and I don't do my own brows. Like, I either get them done or they don't get done. Like, I won't like pluck a few hairs or anything like that. No, like, they get done by someone or they don't get done. Simple. I'm gonna carefully go between them. So right now, they're huge, which it's not. So I've blended that in. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't wear this foundation on its own. I don't really like it that much. I just like the finish of it over the top of these two foundations. So it's very watery, like, oh shit, see, look, as you can see, I've literally just put that pump on and it just went all the way down the actual packaging rather than my face. Somebody come get her, she's pissing me off. And I'm just gonna blend that in. I need to stop putting fat tan on my face. Oh, this is Ruby, by the way. Come on in, Rubes. Oh. Don't kiss me. I got Ruby back in October last year, and do you know what, like, I love dogs, but I never thought I'd love a dog. She is honestly the actual sunshine in my life. She's such a good girl. So as you can see, it's just a little bit more glowy than what it was before with the Nars on top. And then I'm just going to use that same e.l.f. concealer in Fair Warm to highlight under my eyes, my forehead, my nose, my cupid's bow and my chin. Like, this shit, oh my god. So I like a full coverage concealer, but I was a bit skeptical when I bought this whether it was going to be any good or anything like that, and I bought it and I put like half of the concealer that I normally put on, and then I put like a couple of dots, and honestly I did not need the other concealer. Like, Jesus Christ, like, this shit goes a long way. Again, just blend that in with my sponge. I look so much better in the mirror than I do on camera. Maybe I'm not made for this. You can see how full coverage that concealer is. So what's everyone's like favourite like concealers and stuff? So I've got to a point where I am comfortable with the way that like I do my makeup. So I've been sticking to the same brands now for so long, and it's just, I want to kind of steer away from that. I mean, I used to experiment with makeup quite a lot, but like I do stick to the same stuff now. Like same foundation, because I know it's good for my skin. I know that it works. I know that it's not going to break me out. I know that it's not going to slide off my face in 5 minutes. Like, but I'm going to be honest, like I'd say my 3 favourite foundations are the Maybelline Fit Me, the MAC Studio Fix, and Too Faced Born This Way. Like, I know a lot of people don't like the MAC Studio Fix, but like I get along with it like really well. Like, a lot of people say that it like breaks you out, or I don't know, you find it quite cakey, but bitch me that cake. Why? Like this is, I mean, like I might as well have just not even worn foundation, because I've literally just covered up most of my face with fucking concealer because I put too much on. Somebody come get her. Okay, well, now that's blended out, and mixing the 2 foundations together was pointless because I'm now just white. I'm gonna take fairly new bright. So basically I have stuck to the same thing for years to kind of like cream bronze / cream contour kind of thing. I'm not very good at it. And I wanted to try something new, and I was in Superdrug and I seen that Makeup Academy MUA did concealers. So I picked up one of the darker ones, and I'm gonna try this today. Wish me luck. This could be awful. Like, I'm actually scared to put this on my face. So I'm gonna just put it where I would normally put it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like section by section rather than putting it all out in one, just because I don't know if it's gonna blend out, if it's gonna dry out, like what's gonna happen. And then I'm just gonna take a brush and blend that out as I normally would. Can we even see that? Oh, we can. Okay. I don't know. See, it comes out of the tube really warm, but that, maybe it's because it's mixed with the foundation. It looks a little bit more ashy, like on my actual face. But I mean, for £2, you can't really, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I picked up like 8 of the concealers just because they were £2. I didn't want them, they were just £2. Okay, right, so I'm actually not mad at that at all. Like, we'll have to see what it looks like when like my powder and stuff's all on, and but I don't know, you know. And it seemed to blend out okay as well. Like, it didn't, like stick. It wasn't tough to blend. I look crazy. So I'm just gonna kind of work that into my face. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. So basically what I normally use is I use the Revlon, I haven't got it here, but I normally use the Revlon Colour Stay foundation in the shade Golden Golden. I think that's what it's called, or Golden Caramel. No, Caramel Caramel. And I love it. But when I went to go and pick it up the other day, they didn't have it. So I ended up having to get a different shade. And yeah, like the Caramel is very like nice and warm and it's bronzy, like, and especially like when underneath like your powder and stuff, like it looks beautiful. but they didn't have that, and then the one that I did pick up was like grey. So I needed to try something else. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't awful. Like when I say grey, I don't mean like I had like a sugar grey on my face. I just mean it was just a little bit too cool toned for what I actually wanted to use it for. So I'm just gonna blend in my nose contour really, really lightly. So I'm not gonna lie, I think I put a little bit too much on. So I'm just gonna take that, and then I'm gonna go over it with the same sponge that I've used throughout kind of the whole thing. I'm actually just gonna like bounce it around. I'm not actually gonna do a lot of contouring with this actual cream bronzer. I tend to do my contouring with powder products, just because that's what I like to do. I just like to have that kind of base colour, so that when my powders and stuff wear off, I still look like I've got makeup on. Okay, so that is the skin without powder on, and I think it looks all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my I'm just going to take, what am I going to take? I'm going to take my setting powder, that's what I'm going to do, which is the MAC Studio Fix, the same one that I use just to set my eyes, and I'm just going to pack that all around me face. And this is a coloured powder look, this isn't a translucent powder, but this is what I prefer. When I went to MAC, I got matched to my actual skin tone rather than my tan, and this, they matched me to NC 17. And then I said, but I don't want to look washed out. So they gave me a darker powder to go over the top of my foundation. And then to bronze, I'm just going to take a MAC powder in NC 45. So this is the same powder as the face powder that I've just put on my face, but I'm going to use this to bronze. And this is actually quite orangey. I don't know how I actually feel about it, but I've been using it quite a bit recently. You can see that? Yeah. I use a lot of... I use a lot of MAC products. I like them and I trust them. They were one of the makeup brands that I first kind of got into, like high-end makeup. Like I started to buy like a lot of like drugstore makeup, like just because I went through that phase that kind of every girl that is into makeup now kind of goes through, and they like buy like everything in Superdrug. And my first high-end makeup product that I actually bought was the Urban Decay Naked Palette, the original one. And then my addiction kind of started from there, really. Like, yeah. So, and then I think the next thing that I got after that was the Hoola bronzer, which I love that. I love that so much. I don't think I've met anyone that like doesn't love that though. Like everyone loves. And I'm gonna lightly contour my nose. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm gonna take my Morphe blush palette. I don't know what shade this is actually in, so I can't, but I will link it down below. It's a bit grotty, I'm gonna be honest. And then I'm gonna take these two shades and just put a little bit of colour back in my face because I look a little bit sad. I'm gonna take this brush. These blushes are actually very pigmented. Like, I'm not a blush girl, like at all. Like, I was more like bronzy and highlight, and then, but I've been wearing blush recently and I'm actually really liking it. As long as I don't put on too much, I'm actually really enjoying like wearing it. So I'll just put that kind of on the apples of my cheek and work that upwards. And then I dust a little bit on the bridge of my nose. That kind of to me gives like a little bit of like a sunburn effect, kind of like I've been sitting in the sun all day and I put way too much on my nose. So I'm just gonna dust that away. So to me, blush is one of the first things that kind of like disappears as I'm doing my makeup. So like I will put on my blush and I'll be like, oh damn, Oh damn, I put on too much. And then within about 5 seconds and just about to start my lips later, I'm like, where's my blush gone? Where you at though? And then for highlight shock, I'm gonna take another MAC product, but this is probably my favorite highlight, that and the Oh Darling one. So this is Whisper of Guilt by MAC. This, I wanna say this is from their Mariah Carey collection, but I could be lying. Does it say on it? No, but I love this. I've had this for a while. In fact, I had it for ages. I just didn't want to use it. I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't want to use it because it had like a little snowflake on and it was really beautiful, but here we are, using it. I don't think I like this brush to do this. So I'm using like a new brush set, right? And does anyone like ever feel like this, the brushes that they normally use are the ones that are the best brushes? Just because like, I've had these brushes for ages now, like to the point where it's probably disgusting how long I've had them. But they're my thing, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I do put a little bit on my chin as well. Oh damn. Bitch be popping. She be popping. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish the eyes because they look ridiculous. So I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and I'm going to get the light orange that we used before on the brush and I'm just going to run that under my lash line. Now what I will say is definitely tap off the excess when doing your bottom lash line because you have done your full face of makeup and you do not want to get these eyeshadows all over you. So tap off. And run that under your lash line to kind of tie it all together. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of the red as well just to kind of deepen it a little bit. Just more on the outer of the lash line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put black in my waterline. Now I don't like using black pencils, so I just put a black eyeshadow in my waterline using a small brush. So I'm going to take this small brush here and pack some black into my waterline. And then I'm just going to take that same mascara that we used earlier and just put some on my bottom lashes. I know loads of people don't like bottom lash mascara, but I don't have a lot of lash going on, I'm going to be honest. Like, my lashes are pathetic. And these are kind of the finished eyes. I will try and link the lashes down below. I have no idea what they are, so I cannot tell you. Okay, so lastly we are on to lips. So for lips I'm going to use the NYX eyeliner in the shade London. And I'm just going to fill in the corners a little bit as well. And then I'm going to take the Kylie lip kit in Naked. I'm just going to lightly put that all over my lips. And then I'm going to go over the top with a Revolution gloss, and it doesn't have a shade on it, so I can't tell you that. It's like my favourite lip gloss, like I love it. I think it came in a set of 3. I think it was like a Christmas collection. And then lastly, all I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my face with the same spray that we started off with. And that is the finished makeup. My skin's still a little bit wet, so I'm going to go off camera, do my hair, and then I'll be back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I've just done my hair. This is the eyes up close and the skin. I hope that you like this video. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me talking absolute rubbish with my doggo. Thank you, see you in the next video.